If the code to your safe can just be given away upon request, then what's the point in having a safe? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the gun safe company Liberty Safe facing a massive boycott after the FBI called them and asked for a code to a safe, and they just gave it away. There was no subpoena or anything like that. It said, hey, you want that? Sure, no problem. You got it. Now, before I get into the details of that and the response from Liberty Safe, damage control, let's back up a little bit here to get proper context, shall we? Now, this is straight from the FBI. You see the headline, Arkansas man arrested on felony and misdemeanor charges for actions during January 6th Capitol breach. Now, long story short, 34-year-old Nathan Hughes from Arkansas was allegedly involved with January 6th. The feds come to his home in Arkansas and they raid it. When they get to the gun safe, rather than cracking the code to the safe or physically breaking into the safe, they just called the safe company and said, hey, can we get that? And they said, sure, no problem. Here you go. No subpoena or anything like that. It was a simple request and they had access to the man's gun safe. Now, to me, if I had a safe with that company, I would not feel secure at all because there may be a raid on my home. It may or may not be warranted, but I expect my safe to be safe. Look, if they want to crack it open, if they want to physically break it, then that's on them if they're able to do it. But it shouldn't be as simple as you just call the company and they acquiesce with no subpoena. You know, this reminds me of what Apple went through some years back when the feds were trying to have them make a backdoor to encryption. And they were like, no, we're not going to do that. And they faced a ton of criticism. Oh, it could be a murderer. It could be a robber, X, Y, Z, this, that. And the third was like, well, it could also be a regular citizen having his rights infringed upon. And we don't want to have that. Encryption is encryption. We want it to be secure and not just open and vulnerable for not only the authorities, police, law enforcement, but also for hackers and anybody else. But that's a different story, and I digress. The whole point is that I would not feel safe with a safe from Liberty Safe. No puns intended there. Now, shout out to the Hodge twins. They've been all over the case. And what I'm going to do right now is play some video of the actual raid. If you want to see this video and anything else I've shown on screen, links, as always, will be in the description box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it. Now, there may not be a lot of a dialogue and whatnot that you can hear on this video. So you see what's happening here. I'm going to turn the sound down because there's not really much that you need to actually hear. But you see my man got his hands up, cooperative. Okay, I think this might be when the feds are actually coming for him. I'm not really sure where he is. So there you go. A bunch of guys come out. Let's turn the sound back.
I have no idea.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All for this one guy.
Who is that? You work here?
He's one of the owners.
FBI.
But I'm not doing anything wrong.
You good? Huh? I got you.
Get your hands off. Get your hands off. Get your hands off.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah, that's totally nuts. Now there's another video here. So I guess this is when they raided the home. And the timestamp, it says August 30th, 2023. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, overkill, complete overkill. I mean, in the cars, it's never ending. It's like they're going to a car show. Look at this. Totally crazy. I mean, look, the whole thing with January 6th, way overblown, if you ask me. If you ask me, it's way overblown. All these cars coming in, it's totally crazy. Totally crazy. Now, here is a statement from Liberty Safe, okay? Let's just read this. At Liberty Safe, we are dedicated to safeguarding the rights and privacy of all our customers. It is a promise that remains deeply personal to our employees and leadership. Our company, one of America's oldest and largest safe manufacturers, was founded on the belief that Americans should have the fundamental right to protect and safeguard their valuables and property. As a courtesy to our customers, Liberty Safe has long adhered to the industry standards by maintaining a secure database of factory set combinations. This practice helps customers regain access to their safe for a wide range of reasons, including loss of the original combination, service requests, and warranty issues. Liberty Safe processes over 4,000 requests of this type annually and provides combinations to safe owners only once they provide clear documentation of their identity and their ownership of the safe. So did the FBI have the safe in their possession? Did they own the safe, or did it belong to Nathan Hughes? I'm trying to figure out which one it was, but there's more. We listen to our customers and update our products and practices in response to their evolving needs. Today, we are announcing a change that empowers our customers with greater control over their information. Effective immediately, existing customers can visit a website link and fill out the form to have records of their access codes expunged. In the coming weeks, we will be releasing a feature that gives every new customer this option when registering their safe. This change allows customers to take control of how the information is stored and protected. We understand that many of our customers are willing to assume the responsibility of safeguarding their own combination, while those who opt out of our data storage process will have limited recourse in case of lost combination. We respect their choice and are here to support them in the way that's best for them. So basically what it's saying so far is there is a database with a combination in it, and you have to be able to provide documentation that says that you are the rightful owner of the safe to get access to that combination. Again, we're not answering the question how the feds were able to gain access to this when they are not the rightful owners of the safe. Make it make sense for me. Let's keep on going here. We have also revised our policies around cooperation with law enforcement. Going forward, we will require a subpoena that legally compels Liberty Safe to supply access codes, but can only do so if these codes still exist in our system. So, I mean, apparently there was no subpoena. You just gave it up. So they're saying if you follow the link, have your code expunged from the database, there's no way for you to get access to the code at all. If you are locked out, if you forget it, and the authorities cannot get it, even if they get a subpoena, they can't get into it. But in this case, it looks like there was no subpoena. They just asked for the code and you gave it up. You made a big mistake. You're not addressing that elephant in the room at all. You're not addressing this specific issue with Nathan Hughes. All right, but let's continue with this. Our mission is to protect what matters most to our customers, whether that be valuables or privacy. It is our pledge to continue to make excellent products that serve gun owners everywhere. Liberty Safe. Okie dokie. So you could take from that what you will. Let's continue on. We have a news clip to get through. This is going to show a little bit more about why the FBI raid happened. And of course, everything I'm talking about right now will be available in the description box below. All right, let's get a little bit of sound, shall we? That'll work.
Charges for his involvement in the well, tonight a 6th Arkansan is facing charges for his involvement in the January 6th Capitol attack. 4029's Robert Sir joins us live now with what we've learned. Robert.
Well, Brandon, good evening to you. We're talking about 34-year-old Nathan Earl Hughes. He was here today at the federal courthouse in Fayetteville before being taken to the Washington County Jail and booked, but he has since posted bond. In a 14-page criminal complaint, federal investigators say the 34-year-old Fayetteville man spent over 90 minutes inside the Lower West Terrace tunnel of the Capitol on January 6th. In photos provided by the government, they specify that Hughes rocked back and forth with other rioters in order to get past a police line while instructing those rioters to follow him. Additional photos show Hughes forcefully grabbing police riot shields from them and handing them over to other rioters, while also hitting police with his elbow. Investigators add during all the commotion, the bandana that Hughes was wearing to cover his face fell off, allowing the FBI to identify him through the course of the investigation. They add they were also able to link Hughes to that day based on several identifiable articles of clothing he was wearing, as well as social media posts he made in the days leading up to the attack. Now, Brandon, Hughes becomes the sixth man, as you mentioned, from Arkansas to be arrested in connection with the Capitol riot. I'm sure you can see all those names and faces on your screen, including Richard Barnett, John Mott, Bob Snow, Peter Steger, and Brennan Macick. Now, Hughes faces felony charges of civil disorder and numerous other misdemeanor charges, and his next court date has not yet been determined. Now, we're live at federal court in Fayetteville.
So there you go. There you have it. That's the reason why he was raided. And some are going to say, well, look, man, he deserved it. He was in January 6th, all this, that, and the third. My question is, did he hurt somebody? Aside from that, get a subpoena for my safe. Don't just call the FBI and have them hand it over. I mean, why did the FBI do that? Well, no, it's not even about the FBI. It's about why did the gun company do that? Did they feel did they think that it was the right thing to do because of the whole January 6th situation? Were they cognizant of what was going on? I'm just trying to figure it out, because that right there is crazy. And to be crystal clear, I don't see that anybody got hurt. They said he was rocking back and forth and got into the Capitol, but the response, all the federales, everybody running up on him was just way too much, entirely too much. You got guys to do a lot worse to get a lot less in terms of a raid, investigation, and potential prison sentence. But as I close, I want to say this. Listen, if you want to get into my safe, if you want to get into my house, if you want to get into my personal belongings, then let's follow some laws here. You can't just open my safe up, calling the company and saying, hey, man, let's get into that. I don't like that at all, because, again, am I innocent until proven guilty or not? Can you just do whatever you want to me because you suspect me of a crime? I don't think that's how that works. And if it is, then it shouldn't. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on the decision from Liberty Safe to give the FBI the code to the safe without any kind of subpoena or anything like that? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. That was a ridiculous mistake from them. It was a mistake at best, outright intentional, purposeful, and devious at worst. I hope that it was just an honest mistake and they are apologetic, but I can't really tell. Either way it goes, it's terrible and it shouldn't be done. And if I had a safe with them, I'd be like, I don't know if I really want that. I don't know if I really need that right now. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.